Okay, this is what I'm talking about on my the outcome of the voltages. Here they all are. One up or down, either warm. Well, that's the minimum I can go for each core. On this one, I'm sure every core, every chip is probably different than the other one, but this is what I got set. Well, you can see that. I don't know if y'all can, if you can try to achieve the same thing. Maybe you have the same bin I have, but I'm hearing that a lot of them are a lot better bins than what I've got. If I can get it to focus there. There we are. Well, you can stop it if you want to. You can achieve those on your offsets. If you have the same bin I have, it'll run it. And you know, you can tell it's definitely the adaptation is working like it should. Works great. So we'll go ahead and close this out. And then I will show you what I've got. I've been running the Linpack Extreme. It works great. Temperatures get pretty hot, anywhere from, I think the lowest temperature is 82 and the highest is 107, 106, something like that. Kind of getting that way. Yeah, it gets hot. And I'm sure if I had a better custom cooling solution, but that again is only does it with a Prime 95 or Linpack Extreme. Get this thing in. All this junk, I guess I cleaned off my paste off my processor. I had changed the cooler out, or the radiator. There we are. You just need to only catch it when it lights. And you know, notice that as soon as this lights up, when it pops up, you can like hit it. Some people just click, hit that delete like a million times. You don't have to do that. Timing is everything, right? So here we are. We're gonna show you what I got. There's my memory that's in it, which I've clocked it to. Oh yeah. And here's my settings. AVX offsets. And I don't have the Asus multi-core enhancement enabled. I have it disabled. Here they all are. And you can stop it whenever you want, if you want to. And by specific core, and I'll show you that in a minute. There's my ramped it up to 3600. It works just fine. And I've got my, well, we'll go on down here, then we'll go up to these other settings in a minute. And I have this adaptive. It doesn't really matter. You can put whatever you want to. Since the offset voltages are the specific cores, kind of rules this out here. Just where I was fooling with it here before I started doing the specific cores, and I just left it alone. You could put one, whatever you want to put in there. It doesn't matter. 1 volt if you want to. It's just, the specific cores takes precedence over what you put here because you're running them at, it demands it, what you put in per core if you run them all that way. But you can put this manual. It's still gonna, since you have the offsets going, it's still gonna offset. But so I just left it alone. I think I had one time I had 1.2 or 1.19 or 1.2 or something like that. So there we are. And if you want to do it exactly like that, that's fine. And I've got my input voltage 1.85, my RAM 1.36. It calls for 1.35, but it works. Seems to be it works, I'll stick with it. As long as it didn't heat nothing up, then nothing. And oh yeah, the RAM doesn't get over, I think 48 Celsius, and the temperature in the room is usually around 78, 76, something like that. And here's my settings. If you can keep this, it'll bounce around at 0.84, 0.856, whatever, 0.832. That at auto, that hits is 0.48. Once you see you're hovering around that, your system agent is good to go. Believe me, it is good. And that's what I like about Asus. Some of their auto on here, especially on the system agent, works great. And I didn't do anything with my mesh, you know. I left it at stock. I left it auto, so it runs at about 2500 or 2400 megahertz on the mesh. And then there we all are. Okay, that's all auto. Go back up here, let you see it. You can just use this as a template, folks, if you want. I'm just trying to help people out. Yep. You can just ignore what I'm saying if you want. And I go to RAM timings. And I left it at auto, and it did really well. I tried to do 16, 36. Didn't get stable till I went 17, and then, believe it or not, 17, 18, 18, 36. Yeah, I just left it alone. It worked good there. I tried to drop them down to 16s. It was blue screening on me, and it just, internal memory controller on the chip. I don't think it's anything to brag about. I just can't. But then again, I'm running 3600, so that's pretty good. And you know, I'm sure people put a ton of voltage to everything, but I want things to last. I want performance, but I also want reliability. And with reliability, kind of, with me, it precedence over maximum performance and burning up the system, or just having a short life. So there you go. Back up here, I'll go back up here. There's all my settings. You can see all of it. Specific core, I clicked on it. We'll come down here in a little bit and show you what I've had on load line calibration, and yeah, there we are. And the power input and all that stuff, wattage and everything. So we have it right here. There's my clock. They're all at 46. This offset, I think this voltage was like 1.276, and you know, OCCT rounded it off 1.28. And but you can download hardware monitor info 64 or one of those, and pretty well get a good glimpse of what your voltage is showing up in the system. So, and I left it at that, because anything less than that, I had stability issues. So I didn't try to adjust it or take off. When you see a minus offset, that's how much you're taking off, and that core or the motherboard is putting in that much current in that core. So, and for some reason, some demand more and some demand less. So, and then this one here, 7, and I brought it to 10, and believe it or not, it crashed. I had them all at 10 at one time. I went up, and I had them all at 5. They all worked great. And then, but I noticed my voltages weren't what I was assuming it would be. In other words, that core 0, which is the first core, would come out at, even an auto, I think auto with no offset was a 1.29 or 2.8, I forgot it. But it, you know, you can take it off. And where the others at the same offset was running 1.36, 1.37, I know that, even they claim that you shouldn't put no more than one. For Asus is saying required votes are not at 4,600. Should be 1.207. In other words, 1.2 votes. And that's with the heavy AVX. Says it's stable with this, that, and the other. But I think it clocks it down to 3.8 if you let it. The AVX at auto, it kind of really knocks it in the head. But anyway, so it probably would. But I just only have it downclocking. It'll just drop down to around 4,200. 4,200 at the AVX settings, AVX 512 and AVX at both of them at 5. Seems to be stable. Seems to be. Here are the. Let me go back up through here. Maybe I just scroll down here and let you all try to do it on your chip that way if you want. There it is. That one's 5 negative offset. Believe me, I went here, auto and all that. Nothing could make it what I wanted it to be, that I could dial it in to the crashing point and then bringing the numbers back up. Because I think I had this, like I said, I had them all at 10 the one time, even at 20, I think. And then when I started doing the stress test, well, that tells the story. If it's going to be a stable overclock. So it would not, excuse me, it would not clock well. It wouldn't take the anything, less taken off. This is minus of the voltage of what it presets each individual cord with the motherboard supplies to each one of the cores. So, and they're all at 46, like that one, and that one's at 5, and then the next core down is at 7, and the next core down is at 22, offset, negative offset. Yeah, so you can see all this. I'll go right on through the numbers. Okay, if you have the same board, if you have any of the Asus boards, how they number the cores, there's the first one is going to be core 0 at 5, offset negative, and there's all 40. They're all at 46 on the ratio. And number 1 is offset negative 0.007. Core 2 offset negative 0.022. Core 3, offset negative 0.022. Core 4, offset negative 0.005. Core 5, offset negative 0.005. Core 6, offset negative 0.007. Core 7, offset negative 0.0030. And core 8, offset negative 0.007. Core 9, offset negative 0.007. Core 10, offset negative 0.005. Core 11, offset negative 0.0015. And core 12, offset negative 0.0038. Core 13, offset negative 0.0022. Core 14, offset negative 0.007. Core 15, offset negative 0.007. Core 16, offset negative 0.007. Core 17, offset negative 0.005. So that's how much some of them vary quite a bit. Like you see this, in order to get that to 1.28 B core, that's what it took. And they all vary a little bit. And you got to realize that the way these are made, some of them require more voltage to achieve a stable clock at 4600 megahertz. So that's how I achieved it. It took a while to get it right, to get it dialed in, but you got to take your time, as well as with timings on memory. That's what you do. You do it right, you'll have a system that'll hold up really good for you. And this is the I9-10980xe build, and this is what I had done to achieve these voltages, to keep it, you know, the most I can put into the voltages without, you know, having too many voltages. And that's my point of view. You know, I hear that, Asus claims to, if you can get it at 1.275 as a start, and then go down from there on your core voltages, you know, if your plan is to run at 4.6 gigahertz, well, you know, every chip will vary, just like the 16950X over there I got runs at 4.2, runs cooler, and I got tighter timings than the 6950X behind me. You know, well, actually I got it the other way around. It has tighter timings, but I can't run as fast as the one that requires looser timings. And I believe me, I tried to loosen the timings on the one, it just couldn't take it. It just wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't run even if I put it at 4.1 gigahertz for some reason or other. That system, and it had both timings the same, you know, it just required looser timings, and it was a brand new processor. And yeah, I have some money in Intel, right? And besides stock, I have I have stock anyway. So there you have it, folks. That's what we got, and we're going to go back. Oh well, keep this camera steady. Now, yeah, I think I showed you the timings earlier, and power 7, but that 200, you know, on that 200%. All this is, you know, kept it auto, kept it the way it was, defaults. Settings, internal CPU power, okay. Enabled, I keep that so that it can actually, you know, downclock if it wants to, and it does, great. Enable turbo, kept that going. Run my long duration package power limited at the maximum, which is 4,095 watts, 4095. This one, maximize the package power time window, 127. And I got this here, another 4095 on short duration package power limit. And I left it auto. It seems to see that and go ahead and put it at the required current, you know, CPU integrated VR current limit. So it does really good on that one. Just leave it auto if you want. And there we are, auto, everything's kept at that. And okay, now I didn't do nothing in Tweaker's Paradise. And then this right here is just a feature, just shows you what they want you to do at these clocks. Well, actually, if you enable the overclock to work for you, it'll, who knows, it may put that in and it may not. I've seen it do all kinds of weird things. And so there you have it right there. So I don't mess with that because when I got done, I was seeing 1.5 something voltage. Yeah, it's crazy. So, and there you have it. My overclock for the 10980xe, and I have the offsets, and I have the AVX offset negative offset ratios, both at 5 and with AVX 512s also. And I clicked this and made that by specific core, and then I went in there and clicked that, which gave me all my settings. I would use negative offset because that seemed to, you know, this board has a goal of just, here, take that much voltage, that's what you're getting. So you have to pretty well subtract what they're giving each core to achieve your minimum voltage for each core at you know, at the maximum performance for stability, and worked with it like that. So there you have it. So that's what I've got, and you can look it over. Y'all can give me a thumbs up if you like. I know I kind of ramble on a lot, and kind of tired. Didn't get much sleep last night. I've had a car accident, and that's why I'm kind of holding this up in the air while I'm down here. So, well, nobody wants to see my swollen foot in flip-flops because I can't put my shoes on because, like I said, I was in a bad car accident. So I'm just smashed up my legs, but I'm able to walk for a little distance, but I'll get better, hopefully. And there you have it. My 10, oh yeah, Intel naming. 10980xe i9 Intel chip on my Prime X299 Asus Edition 30 motherboard, and in my LAN Cool 2 mesh. And all right, thank you very much.